Hey everyone, I'm Mike Prue, and you have no idea who I am yet, but welcome to the Jordan Briones Pickleball Podcast. We just finished the 2-day intensive, had an amazing time.
Yes, we did.
Yep. The big question is, where's Jordan? Well, he's literally right off camera because there's no space for him. Jordan, do you want to come say hi just to know that this is legit?
All right.
There he is.
They didn't hold me hostage or anything like that. But yeah, what am I saying? Okay, anyways, yeah, this is 4 guys from different parts of the country, and just finished a 2-day intensive with them.
Yes,
so
we did.
this is a different podcast, and this is impromptu, no script. So we'll see how it goes.
We will indeed. I kind of want to start with how we each heard about the 2-day intensive program, and in the process you can probably say who you are and where you're from. You literally are from here, so
yes,
you
I
got
am.
it easy. Why don't you start?
Yeah, okay, so I'm Dawson Johnson. I'm from Gilbert, Arizona, so that made it nice and easy to come to the 2-day intensive.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, I didn't escape a snowstorm by any means.
Pretty close.
So yeah, I heard about the 2-day intensive camp through, so first a couple of friends had mentioned it, I heard about it, but I wasn't actually, interested in going yet. I didn't even know at the time who Jordan Briones was. And then I watched some YouTube videos. I heard about the camps and I was like, okay, how do I do this? I want to take my pickleball to the next level. So this sounds like a great way to do it. So how do I do this? And I was planning on signing up for the 5-day. I think I even submitted an application, which was never answered. But I submitted an application for the
You're giving off
5-day.
Hayden vibes right now.
But yeah, and then I saw there was a spot open in the 2-day, and I was like, that's perfect. It was sooner, and it was in the state that I live in. So yeah, I was excited about it. So yeah, signed up.
Awesome. That's awesome. We'll talk about our experience for sure. But Aaron, how did you first hear about the 2-day intensive?
Totally. Well, my name's Aaron Grimmer, from Northern California, a city called Redding. I had first heard of Jordan probably 4 years ago or so, and I was really looking to start my pickleball journey. Obviously came across his YouTube videos like many of us have, and was always taken by his expertise and the way that he clearly communicated skills and techniques. Always had a love for the man before I even knew him. I heard about his 2-day intensives in his podcast with Chris Olsen and those guys, and hearing their experience, him and Will talking about it. Listening to it on an airplane. I remember being on the airplane just thinking, like, that sounds like an incredible experience. So totally sold me on that podcast. So you got me with that one. And signed up for it. And then
Here you are.
Here we are.
I'm just glad we finally just learned your last name. We've been calling you Aaron G this whole time. We've been saying it's your secret rapper name. But, and you have an interesting story. You are a ER nurse, which is pretty phenomenal. So nurse by day, star pickleball player by night,
Hey,
rapping on the side, but
rapping
not really.
on the side. Yep. Keep rapping. Yep. Work a couple days at work, and then play pickleball the other couple days. So the hospital game works out well for the pickleball. So
Elon, how about you? What was it that first made you aware of this whole program?
Yeah, I think I heard him rep it on his YouTube channel, and what sold it for me was when he had who are the guys from Pickleball Studio?
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Olsen.
Chris Olsen.
You literally just
Yeah,
mentioned
you
it.
did the name drop. Yeah,
Literally
so-
everyone discovered it through that. That is a great marketing technique.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and just when he came on and just talked about the experience that he had and how much he grew in it, I was like, I'm sold. I'm ready to go.
yep.
Ready to get better.
Yeah, and we all did. So funny enough, my buddy Tyler Wixom, who I play pickleball with, shout out to Tyler. He's the one that sent me the link originally, and he heard about it through the Pickleball Studio podcast with Chris Olsen. So there's some commonalities here. So those guys got some great reach, which is great. I had done the Tyson McGuffin camp literally like a year ago, also here in Arizona. That was great. It was awesome. There were 62 students there, so I was looking forward to this because it's way more intimate. It was just the 4 of us for 2 days. We got to know each other really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was pretty awesome. So ultimately, what would you say was, after you looked at the program, what was it that triggered you to sign up? Like, why did you feel like you needed and wanted to do this? Let's start with you.
Yeah, so I needed to do this because I recently got signed to a company, so that was really cool.
Wait, you're sponsored?
I am.
Dude.
Yeah, Steel Pickleball.
We're still learning things.
It's a company out of Arizona, Steel Pickleball.
Oh, that's the paddle you're using.
It was the paddle and the hat, yeah.
All right.
So Steel Pickleball, great company. I recently got signed, and that really motivated me I need to get to this, I want to be playing at a pro level. I want to be better. I want to be, better than I am now. And the best way to do that is have somebody better than you teach you, which, it's easier said than done because it's really hard in pickleball to get into these groups of better players. And I think that's something we even talked about over the time we all were chatting together. Pickleball is a very, very cliquey sport typically. And there's nothing wrong with that. It really makes sense, but it's hard to progress rapidly if you don't have something to make you progress. So I think what made me know that I needed to take this was when I started seeing groups of better players play, and I was like, you know what? I want to join these groups and I want to play with these people. And how can I get there without playing for the 4, 5, 6 years that these people have played? Well, I need a rapid way to accelerate my, my skill and my gameplay. And that's exactly what this was, how much information, technique, and skills can we pack into 2 days, and quite literally pushing your body to the limits and your mind as you're learning new things and trying to remember things that were already taught, and just the improvement in those 2 days. I mean, I could have played rec pickleball or even like I say serious, in a league, anything like that around here. I could have played that for probably 6 months and gotten less information than I did in these 2 days.
Yeah.
And it just made it clearly worth it to me.
Yeah, and you said you've only been playing for 9 months, is that right?
Yeah, I'm approaching 10 months.
And your background, you did a lot of ping pong.
I did probably a half a year of like serious ping pong where I was playing for more than just fun. I was actually playing, and that really helped. But it also caused habits, the same as you see in tennis players and stuff. So yeah, pickleball is awesome.
Were you competing in table tennis?
I would say locally, but nothing crazy. I'm not.
You were not sponsored.
I wasn't sponsored. I wasn't sponsored.
Sponsored ping pong battles.
But I never really had the same love for it because there wasn't the same community vibe to me that there is in pickleball. I drive 10 minutes and I've got a huge park of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So there was never that for ping pong for me. It was mostly, I had competitive friends who played and it was playing stuff like that and, just local, fun games and stuff like that. But never anything like pickleball right now. I would travel to California. Where'd you travel from again?
Boston.
Yeah. That's I would never have traveled from Boston to Arizona for.
Yeah, you literally are the epicenter of pickleball here.
Yeah.
You got it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, Aaron, for you, what was that thing that said, I want to spend, the money on this and fork out this cash to ultimately, get something out of it? What was it for you that said, I want to do this? You travel from California.
Yeah, it was mostly just to meet my 5 new best friends. So, that's but, outside of that, I was drawn to the low amount of students, obviously having the perks of having 4. Obviously wanted to grow my game. I was at a place where I knew I needed something to pour gasoline on that fire of learning that I was kind of plateauing. Feeling I was kind of plateauing out at a 4.045 level and was like, hey, what do I need something to help kind of take me to that next level, and looking at different camps and clinics. Not that there's anything wrong with them, of course. After hearing Chris, and we'll talk about it, heard that there was something here where it was much more intimate, smaller setting. We could actually get a lot of real-time feedback, obviously from an incredible coach in Jordan on techniques and skills, and knew that if I can get into an intimate environment like that and have all of my best and worst things in my pickleball game exposed, my flaws exposed, my vulnerabilities exposed, and have what I can grow on, work on in a small area, knew that's what would help take me to that next level. So that's why I signed up.
Well, glad you did, because none of us would have met you if that were the case. We were talking earlier in pickleball therapy and
Yes.
saying nice things about each other. Elon, you have such a fascinating story. So you are a full-time pickleball coach
Yeah. That's
in
true.
Texas.
Yep.
So why do you need this? Why did you sign up?
Long pregnant pause.
Eager with it.
He's a very thoughtful individual.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah, so from the coaching side of it, I've taken lessons and clinics with other professional players before, and yeah, they can point out, like you said, your flaws and your weaknesses, and for sure tell you, like, okay, what are you doing wrong? What I really appreciated and what I was looking for and ultimately got was just this laser precision coaching.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about this a lot. Like, any time he brought out a new subject, it was dialed in.
Yeah.
Right. It was almost clinical,
For
Yeah.
sure.
which was the nice part of it.
Well, it is called a clinic.
It is. Yes.
And the only clinic that I've been to that has felt that clinical, right? That
Yeah.
detailed, that is well oiled. Like, you can tell he's done this a long time, and yeah, so I appreciate that about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we all talked about earlier, I think we had this shared experience. Legitimately, the night before the first day, we all kind of described it as being like Christmas Eve.
morning.
Yeah, I was
And,
Christmas
you know,
morning.
for me, like,
Cheese and crumpets.
I couldn't wait to get to bed as early as possible because I wanted
Oh,
the next day to come. And so, why do you think we all felt that way? I mean, obviously we all wanted to get something out of this, but I don't know. Aaron, you're brewing something. You have a good thought there, I can tell.
Oh, like you said, the eager anticipation of something new. I think I just had a sense for, what was going to be dived into in the camp, and had a sense for obviously just getting to meet you guys and getting to hang out with a group of really great guys. It was like, something really exciting, and something, a new chapter is going to be born, not just, for pickleball, but just in my own life. Feels like this was a monumental stepping stone in a way, I think, just in my pickleball career and journey, as you will. And I think I could sense that internally, and just felt a lot of excitement and, like you said, little child giddiness of looking forward to it very much and waking up to it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, so I didn't sleep much the night before. I was so excited. I was brushing up on my Briones Pickleball videos.
You were literally doing homework.
Oh yeah. Rewatching ones I had seen, watching ones that I missed. But I was more eager to
So
go.
you binged watch.
Right, binge
Briones
watched,
Pickleball
yeah.
podcast.
All night party, let's go.
I neither confirm or deny. Yes. Well, I was more eager to break this cycle of playing as Dawson Johnson and take it to I'm playing as like a new I know new things more than just I know them, but I've practiced, implicating these things into my game for the last 2 solid days. I'm going to come back to my normal group who knows how I play and be like, bet you didn't know this, and drive a ball in those 3 spots we talked about, which if you want to know, you have to go to the 2-day intensive. But like, go back and just have these like change ups to throw at people and know that my game is actually progressing, rapidly. So yeah, that's why I couldn't sleep the night before. I was so
I hear
excited.
ya. I experienced it as well. What were you most eager about? Here's the pause.
Here's the thoughtful pause.
There's the pause we've all become. I was excited. So I came out from Dallas, Texas, and I drove here.
You drove all the way here.
I drove all the
In a
way here,
Tesla.
so it was 2 days.
You had to charge a lot during the
I had to stop and charge a
charging.
lot, and I was trying to do the opposite. So like you mentioned, I'm a coach, so I watch a whole bunch of content. To make myself a better player, to make myself a better coach, and understand all of that. And I kind of went the opposite. I tried to just avoid pickleball as much as possible for the 2 days that I was driving here,
Pickleball
so
fast.
that I was almost just sort of like a sponge, just like ready to soak it up.
Pickleball
rather
abstinence.
than yeah, there we go. Rather than like full of so many like other information and expectations that I was going to come in with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I listened to a really good audiobook on the way here, though.
Which was?
Gosh, I'm not going to remember the name of it. It's by Bill Beswick, and it's about, so he's like a famous coach in England, and it's all just about like sports psychology.
Oh, cool.
You know,
so it was like pickleball analogous.
Analogous,
Okay.
yes, because it's related to sports and sports performance and
that's
stuff
huge.
like that.
You want to define that for everybody?
Oh yeah, so this is Jordan's word of the day. So Jordan learned some new words, right?
he did.
So yeah, he learned mitigate.
Mitigate.
He learned copious.
Copious.
And he learned gregarious.
Gregarious,
So
yes.
now we're going to teach him analogous. Yeah.
Analogous, yes.
Yeah, so it was analogous.
It means, Jordan, related to. Yep.
Yes.
You're going to be a walking dictionary by the end of this thing.
He's just trying to find ways to relate them all to.
Yeah. He's gonna in the next 2 days expect your drive is analogous to your speed up.
Yeah.
I don't think that
So,
works in that.
and how many? We all arrived earlier than we were even supposed to for the thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Met each other there.
Yeah.
We did, yeah, I know. So, for me, the reason why I really wanted to do this, so I've been working with Dave Villardo, Proposal Dave, as he is known. Amazing
Proposal?
guy. Yeah, he literally, so when he plays competitively, he wears knee pads, and he gets down on his knees to get like super low shots. It is incredible.
My man.
He's done like the Pro Tour stuff. He still plays in APP tournaments. So he's the owner and head pro of New England Pickleball Club.
Impressive.
So I've been working with him. He's been fantastic. He has helped me level up my game.
I didn't see you do any shots on your knees.
No, I didn't learn the proposal.
Okay, I don't know if you taught him. Yeah, so Dave, you guys got another lesson coming.
I do not have knee pads. That's the problem.
He couldn't fit them in his bag.
I couldn't. Too much equipment. Funny enough, though, Jordan and Dave go way back. So when I told Dave that I was doing this, he was like super supportive. I told him I wasn't cheating on him or anything like that from a coach standpoint. So I was eager to get a second set of eyes on my game and learn from another amazing player. So I was able to do that. I want to transition into thinking back now. We had these 2 days. We are on the other side of it.
Yeah.
What is the thing that most surprised you when you think about this? Dawson.
All right.
You're on the spot.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Thanks for making him go first.
I know.
That's
Aaron and Dawson are bad because I'm literally looking at them. They're off to my side. So
Visual
not that you're a
cues.
second thought.
No. You just got to give me time to think.
That's exactly it. We don't want to sit here 5 minutes in silence.
So strategic.
Okay, so I know this is gonna it's kind of cliche, but like you don't know what you don't know. Like as we talked about earlier, footwork. I had seen the videos, I thought I had good footwork, and then I realized, okay, I don't do this one step. And it's almost like this is like my best way to describe it, because my mom doesn't play pickleball at all. She's not really too familiar with the game, but I was trying to describe to her what it was like at the 2-day intensive last night. I was like, Mom, it's like if I mess up and 15 seconds of that video plays, but that's that 15 seconds that I need, and then I go back and try it again. And let's say now I get that 15 seconds right, but now I do something else that he has another video on. I could sit there and watch 200 videos and get the same information I did in 30 minutes because I got, okay, the math doesn't add up, but 15-second clips. I got those, I got the ideas, the concepts in
Are you like a
real
liberal
time.
Arts major in college? Is that what's going on here?
But no, I got like I got the information I needed when I needed it and specific to me. And so that's the biggest thing that I didn't expect. I expected to learn, but it was way more catered personally to me than, normally you hear, oh, pickleball camp. Okay, everybody line up and hit a drive. It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, now Dawson, come up and hit a drive. You did this wrong. Let's work on this. Boom. Now it's perfect. Now the next person. And that's something that I didn't really expect. I didn't expect it to be that personal.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by that because I was like, wow, this is really cool. I know how to hit a top spin drive, but okay, I didn't know there was different grips of how to hold your paddle while doing it. That's something I'd never even thought I would learn. So I think not even knowing what I was going to learn and then learning all this new stuff was something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect to, learn as much as I did.
Yeah, and to your point, Jordan did a really nice job of taking each of our individual goals and creating that both personalized but like community experience, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I'll touch on that by even saying like I had a phone call beforehand of what do you want to work on?
Oh, the Zoom, right? So the pre-Zoom meeting. Yeah.
What do you want to work on? What's
you call it a phone call?
Yeah,
well,
you're literally Gen Z.
I don't think I was like, yeah.
I don't understand. Like, do you even use the phone?
Last time you made a phone call.
Yeah, I flipped the dial. No. So but like the fact that I explained beforehand, this is what was my weaknesses, at least I thought, and these were my strengths. And then it was like, that's what's catered to me, but in a way that only a, coach who's been doing this for ridiculously long and is super good at it can do.
So you're calling Jordan old.
I'm calling him wise.
Let's say seasoned.
I'll choose my words.
Right.
But no, just the fact that like it was specific to me. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, for sure. Completely agree. Most surprising for you, Aaron?
I think the most surprising thing was both the depth and the width of what we went into, and by that meaning
just 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the width and the amount of things that we touched on. Everything from specific types of dinks to specific attacks and rules out of the air to speed ups to counters. The amount of content that we went through, but then also the depth in which we went to in each of those things. I think really surprised me because I think when I think of a lot of traditional clinics, you tend to just focus on maybe like a couple things, and then you're done with your couple hour slot. But what we did is, I was most surprised by I guess I was more anticipating that we'd maybe get through a couple of shots or something, and then that would be kind of it for the day or whatever. But the fact that we somehow covered so much content, but then also so deeply, like I feel like I really was able to walk away with a deeper understanding of why would I choose X shot instead of Y shot, or why would I do A instead of B. Really surprised me. It was, I think, speaks to the depth and honestly wisdom of Jordan's coaching and his ability to teach concepts efficiently and quickly, but then also dive into it at a level that is helpful for everyone.
Well, one thing I'll add to that is quoting you at lunch today, you learned a whole new game.
Yeah.
And that's just
like a whole new sport.
Yeah, it's like a layer on top of it. Yeah. And the efficiency piece of it in terms of how he coached us was very surprising. Elon, did we give you appropriate amount of time to be able to answer without a long, awkward pause?
Well, I'm trying to be engaged and listening to everyone else's responses.
Try to be an active listener, yes.
Yeah.
Good listening skills.
That was an appropriate amount of time. Thank you. So I was prepared to ask you, what did you think? What were you most surprised? But I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Go.
The thing that most surprised me was how not focused, but how deeply we went into the strategy of it as well.
You stole my
answer. Supporting your answer.
Supporting. Yeah, it's not stealing, it's supporting.
Yeah. I mean, but when we all talked about this, for sure there was plenty of talk and coverage of the technicality of the game. How do you hit the particular shots?
Yeah.
But so much time went into the why.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated. And it was clear. We're all pretty good players.
Yep.
Right. Even on the first day, like we came out and we were playing games, and it was clear, okay, we're all going to be competitive
for sure
with each other.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even through the first day, just some of the little tidbits of strategy. You already have the shots. Do this instead of that to set up these to support these things. And in the first day we were playing a different game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. Just because of how deeply we dove into the strategy. And it wasn't even just like a cookie cutter strategy. Like do this because that went so deeply into, why hit this shot there? What is it supporting? How is it supporting your next ball? How is it supporting your partner? How is it, and just the discipline that goes into playing that way.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Appreciated.
Yeah, a lot on discipline. And, what I would say, I'll come back to strategy, but one of the things that surprised me was happened today. It was the hordes of older women that and no joke, like asked him for his autograph.
Yep.
So he is like celebrity material.
Celebrity material.
That was pretty incredible.
There might have been one guy that came up.
Yeah, was there one out of the 17 ladies? Yeah, I think
there was one guy as well. Yeah. He was signing their paddles. Is that what was happening?
Yeah.
There was one woman.
We're gonna see those on
props
Facebook
to her. She had
Marketplace.
like signatures from all sorts of pro players.
Oh yeah.
It's like-
And Jordan.
So Jordan basically is a collectible at this point. He's like a keepsake ornament.
Well, I thought I called him old. You're calling him a collectible.
He's vintage.
A Christmas ornament. Just keep
That's
it the
right.
Christmas
That's
theme.
right.
Yeah,
Christmas
Christmas
spirit.
tree.
Real quick, just to add on to Alon's point, like you talked about him explaining, why we hit those shots. One thing that I really liked was he didn't just explain why to hit the shots because he says. He actually set us down and showed us video of why those
That was
shots are
cool.
useful.
was
And
really
to me,
Frame by frame.
yes, yeah. And to me, it was like, whoa, like, I mean, obviously I know he didn't make this stuff up, but like he did not make this stuff up. The pros are doing the exact, like, to the T what he explained to us.
We made a joke that he like taught them.
Yeah.
He taught the Johns brothers.
He did.
Fake news.
Yeah, there's our like topic. Jordan taught the Johns brothers.
Oh, clickbait.
Yeah, there's our clickbait title.
That's gonna be the name of this
Yeah,
video.
I'll photo edit them next to him.
How Jordan made the Johns brothers awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed on that. Like the reinforcement and all joking aside, I was most surprised about the strategy. Like I expected it to be great and focus a lot on technique, which it did. And Lord knows I needed a lot of the technique stuff. But the focus on the strategy was such a welcomed delight.
Yes.
And I appreciated that he approached all of us as recognizing the experience that we have, and then how do we build upon that. So there was just like a lot of respect both ways on that. And then to your point, Dawson, the way in which he continued to reinforce the stuff that we were learning through different techniques.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I was going to say multimodal, but I didn't want to like give him another word of the day.
That'd be.
Word number 2.
This is like
Multimodal.
a little counter.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Seriously, what was it?
Multimodal. What definition? It means like I may not be using it right in the pickleball context, but in the research world, it means like multiple ways of getting at insights. So, but that is no one wants to hear about that.
Awesome.
2 days. 2 days just isn't enough, right? We all said we wish we had way more time with Jordan.
Christmas can never end.
No, Christmas in July. We got to come back.
You're right.
So 2 days isn't enough. We each learned a ton. We just talked about that. So now when we all go back to our respective states, you right around the corner, how do we take what we learned? My head's spinning right now with everything. And implement it in our game. Alon, I'm going to do something risky here. I'm going to start with you. So you can do this because you're a coach.
Yeah.
We got you.
I mean, I think the reason is because, like you mentioned, our heads are spinning, right? So, I'm trying to be engaged in this and engaged in this conversation, but like trying to store all that information in there as well. Like it's
A multifarious.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do when you get home? Like, we arrived here at the studio at the same time. The studio, it sounds so familiar. So we got here at the same time. We were at the front door, ringing the doorbell. Jordan wasn't coming.
Showing up.
And so you had said, man, like, I just want to like drill more and I want to practice more.
Yeah.
So can you say more about why you have that feeling?
Just want to get to that level of expertise. You know, we covered so many topics, and watching the video of the pros playing, like you mentioned, with the strategy and the shot selection that they gave to us, is that desire to be excellent.
Yeah.
You know, we learned so much
So what will you do? So by the time you drive all the way back to Texas, it'll be.
Yeah, I've got 2 days to think about that with no one asking. Like I just get to think about it.
So when you get home in the summertime,
it'll no longer be Christmas.
That's right. Yeah. What's the first thing you do in your like next pickleball journey with the knowledge that you have today?
Great question.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, that's
this is spiraling out of control. He needs time to think. Aaron.
When I think about taking all this and translating it back home, obviously there's work that needs to get put in as far as drilling and stuff goes, because of course you can take what you've learned here and then it'll eventually, I would imagine, just fall out of practice if you're not going to practice it, obviously, right? So, which shout out to Garrett, being my main coach back in Reading. Definitely going to go back to him and with everything I've learned here and just kind of give him like a list and be like, hey, like this is stuff that was covered, was talked about. Obviously want to dive in further into these concepts, into drilling and actually creating plans for what needs to be worked on maybe per week, like maybe choosing like, all right, for this month, we're going to work on our speed ups. And next month, we're going to work on, our counters and et cetera, et cetera. And, I really feel like dedicated practice is going to be the best way to take all these techniques and bring them home. And I think you'd be lost without those.
So you'll take the action plan that Jordan's going to send to you, personalized action plan.
Personalized action plan, yes.
And what you're saying is you're going to kind of focus on one thing at a time as you're drilling.
I think so, because again, you get so much incredible content. It's kind of getting like a dump truck of the best things, right? So this dump truck full of all these Jordan wisdoms.
Better analogy than dump truck. I don't know, I'm thinking like a bouquet of flowers.
Right, this wonderful bouquet
not garbage.
All right, Jordan's advice is more like flowers. Sorry, it's not like a dump truck. Okay, a nice bouquet of flowers from Jordan. Because there's like, you get so much content in these intensives. I imagine going home is probably like, all right, like let's take out this peonies out of this vase of flowers, and like, okay, we're gonna work on this for a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna take out the rose and go from there. So
he's really
I was thinking more.
You're
like
committed to the.
Yeah, I was thinking like pot of gold or something, not a bouquet of flowers, but I mean that works too.
Pot of gold.
Well, what are the calendars that you open up? Right,
Advent calendars.
An Advent calendar.
Yeah,
there we go.
Advent calendar, little chocolates on the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
good Christmas theme again. Good job. I was really Christmas theme with this. Nice.
I had time to think.
He had literally. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like this personalized plan. I'm not gonna go to my court and be like, I'm gonna drill. What should I do? I'm going to open my phone and be like, okay, today's Tuesday. Today we're going to work on resets in the transition zone.
Yeah.
Perfect. Today I'm going to, like we talked about, drill with purpose my resets. And then I'm going to focus on my resets. And then, I might do some drilling. I might play some games where I'm, focused just, who cares how my drives are this game? It's all about my resets. This whole game is. So I think knowing like, these are my weaknesses. These are what I need to work on. This is the rest of pickleball.
Yeah.
Right. And knowing how to prioritize my time, I should say, because drilling's helpful, but if I have a great drop, which I don't, but if I have a great drop, I'm not going to drill hours and hours on my drop when I have a list from Jordan that says drill your drives,
Totally.
So just knowing what to drill and then me deciding how much work I'm going to put into that.
Yeah, and you were talking with Jordan. We all had lunch earlier about sort of the ratio of drilling to playing. You're playing like a lot.
Yeah,
like super excessively. You said you're playing morning and night every day.
So every night and a decent amount of mornings. Yeah,
that's
and then
a lot. So based
is.
upon what Jordan recommended, how are you now going to change your drilling to play ratio?
Yeah, so right now, as of currently, I would say I'm drilling probably around 6 hours a week and playing, 4 hours a night every single day.
Yeah.
So a lot, right? So one thing I'd say is I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to implement, because I don't want to just get rid of my playing. That's one of the most enjoyable parts of pickleball to me. You guys know after this 2 days, I'm competitive. Right?
Yeah,
I am competitive.
Literally, we were joking about this. Like, would take like drills and make them like super competitive. He's like, we got this. We got this.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't like just eliminate the playing, and maybe someday I'll be able to. I can, sort of like fast from playing, but I can't just like fully eliminate the fact that I want to play. So I think, as we talked about over lunch, like maybe for me, it's better to do like, if normally I play 4 hours a night, maybe I'll do 3 of drilling, and then be like, okay, I just drilled, my resets and dinks tonight. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to play some games, which I'm going to win, and I'm going to work on my resets and dinks during those games, So it's like, that's huge to me of prioritizing that. And so
you have lofty goals. You want to be a 5-0 by the end of the year.
I will be a 5-0 by the end of the year.
That's right. Keep telling yourself that. That's the start, right?
Yeah. Gotta believe it.
Yeah. So, for me, I told Dave Villardo when I come back, I want to meet with him, and he's curious to hear what Jordan has to say about my game because, he's been coaching me for all this time, and just to kind of see a second set of eyes and what he has to say and compare. Like, is it the same? Is it different? Are there contradictions? But fortunately, I've been able to start to integrate more and more drilling into my priorities, which I love. I drill with this I call him the pickleball prodigy of New England Pickleball Club. He's an employee. He works there. He's 17 years old. He's amazing. He's a 5.3 and rising right now exponentially.
And how old?
He's 17, which is crazy. He's competing in like an under 21 tournament thing with his brother in Texas. I think this weekend, literally now. So he is their drill master. So I get to drill him once a week, and that has helped my game a lot because he's so much better than me. And then I drill once a week with my buddy Jared. So Jared's great about creating a drilling agenda. He's like just as crazy as I am in terms of like the rigor. And so I know I'll be able to integrate the stuff that I really need to drill into those weekly drill sessions, which is awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It is cool. So I think we can start to wrap up, and maybe the way to wrap up is when you think about these past 2 days, and your ultimate biggest takeaway. What was that? If you were to boil the essence of this 2-day intensive down, you got an answer?
I'm ready for this.
I tried this once already. It didn't work out.
No, I'm ready for this one.
So we boil this all down into just sort of a headline. Elon, what is it?
Footwork.
Oh, yeah.
Footwork is so much more important than I even realized before. And we've talked about this, right? Like, to be able to get to the ball, have your feet set to hit the shot that you want is crucial, especially as now that we're hitting better shots, top spin shots, lots of pressure.
Yeah.
We were getting to those balls before. We just weren't hitting good shots.
Yeah.
And now just like knowing what your footwork has to be, how to have those wheels under you to get there, be set, hit the right shot.
I wish I could have wheels under me to move faster. That'd be so much easier. move that. Well, how many times? Move the leg back, Mike. Take a step back.
I mean, in a way, the footwork techniques that he taught us made me feel like I did have wheels.
Yeah.
Compared to what I was doing before and how sluggish and how non-explosive it was.
Wow.
We all commented on how fast Jordan is on his feet.
The guy is he's like an anime character, man.
Flat, right? Yeah, agreed on that. And the irony of the footwork that we harped so much on. I had sent my goals that I reviewed with Jordan beforehand to a couple of my tournament partners, and Pablo specifically.
Pablo Tellez or
Pablo Ordorica. No, that would have been funny, right? Yeah, he is not my tournament partner. The other Pablo, almost as good. He looked at my goals and he said, "These are great, but what you really need, Mike, is work on footwork." And he's like, "That's the number one for you." I'm like, "Really? Say more, Pablo." And thankfully we addressed it. Now I just need to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Aaron, boil this all down into your big one takeaway.
Honestly, it'd be pretty similar, but I might be paraphrasing a bit. But Jordan made this statement similar to your footwork is going to get you the shot that you want. And that really resonated with me and I think I just realized how I've been obsessing about say dinks, for example, like obsessing with techniques with dinks. How is my hand supposed to be? How is my follow through supposed to be? And I realized when I just boiled it all down to Jordan's simple statement of using your footwork to get you the shot that you want, like if I actually get my feet set in place first, then everything just follows naturally from that. And just realizing like, shoot, like footwork really is like the key to the next level in a lot of ways. Like if I can get my feet set in the proper position, everything's going to come through afterwards. So, I mean, I had to kind of do a part 2 on it, but I'd say definitely footwork as well was.
Did you order your jump rope already?
I needed to do definitely do some jump roping and some speed ladders, classic high school football style. Just,
I mean, it's great. It doesn't seem like that's as important. Like that's not one of the things I thought I was going to need that much coming into this. And it's
exactly.
You nailed it.
No, I'd say
the shot you wanted.
I definitely say the same. Like I definitely, I could watch a video of Jordan talking about how great footwork is, but to actually like see it in live time and have him demonstrate like the importance and the power of good footwork and what it actually gives you and gets you on the court, it's like shoot, flip, like that really is the key to the next level in a lot of ways. So
there is a notable difference between watching Jordan on video and then being with him in person. I mean, maybe that's stating the obvious, but it is night and day in terms of for me, the learning style.
Yeah.
I can watch a video and it's hard for me to learn, but I need someone to kind of show me. Your biggest takeaway, Dawson.
All right. So okay.
Wow.
No podcast voice.
No, I'm just
do
thinking,
it using your radio voice.
No.
All right. That was just for us.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. This is gonna be seen by actual people, not just my friends. Okay, so there's so many things that run through my head, of what was the most important thing you learned? Everything. But
you can only choose one.
I know. That's rough. I think I'm gonna choose 2. I think
he's breaking the
rules.
I know, I am, right? Tier list. I never thought
that's a good one.
I never thought of shots as like this shot's better. I just thought like that's a different shot. You see somebody take a dink out of the air and you're like, okay, like they took the dink out of the air. So what? And then I actually see like, Jordan going through, okay, 1 top tier, take the dink out of the air. You have most control in this yellow zone, second tier, let it bounce, step back. Now we're going to implement the footwork that we just spent 4 hours on. Next, okay, you're in a pinch. What do? You have to like, scoop the ball really quick. And this is what you don't want to take.
Short hop it.
But it's exactly, a short hop. It's what you don't want to take. But, rule number 1 of pickleball, get the ball over the net, right? Short hopping it, that's your next. And now how do you short hop it in the best way so that you don't end up just giving an overhead,
100%.
Smash. So that's my number 1. And then I know I'm breaking the rules. Number 2.
You can color outside the lines. It's
exactly. So tiers for 1. And then for 2, I would say just IQ, right? It's such a thinking game. And people don't realize that when they watch pickleball or listen to pickleball that like, I see Jordan play because he played with us, which was phenomenal. Just letting us kick or letting him kick our butts.
50 to 70%.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
50s are key.
Yeah, and I don't want to see
we didn't get full on Jordan.
I don't want to see full on Jordan. I'm scared. I'm scared. That 50% kicked my butt too many times.
He told us if we come back next year, he'd give us 80%. Still working on that part.
Every year we get an extra 10%.
Yeah, exactly. You come back, right? Yeah, you get a little upgrade in Jordan's.
Yeah. So just like watching Jordan play, it was like, okay, I would never have rolled that shot. Yeah. And now he rolls that shot. Why?
Yeah.
Because that's a tier 1 shot that you can take out of the air and it's more useful when rolled. So my biggest takeaway was like, I guess they coincide of like, you can have tiers of shots and decisions to make with those tiers, right? Roll tier 1, tier 2, maybe drive it. Tier 3, prepare. So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway.
And it's funny, you also talked at lunch. I had asked Jordan when he was playing with us the final games, he wasn't speeding up a lot. And I asked him like, was that just you holding back?
It was fascinating.
Or, not giving us full Jordan,
right?
Or was something else going on? And his answer was kind of surprising or enlightening. In that he's like, look, if I'm playing pro level players, I have to be super choosy about when I'm speeding up because they're gonna nail it back at me.
So he called us pro level.
No.
Oh,
He was basically saying we're trash, but
I could
he was
speed it up at
treating
you
us.
and
But
destroy
if you
you.
weren't trash, I still would.
Right.
No, he didn't call us trash.
No, yeah.
But that was interesting to me. Like
Yeah,
the I think
Discipline.
maybe once or
discipline was
twice he sped up the ball.
Yeah.
So
He still beat us handily pretty much all stuff
he
without
did.
having
I mean,
to
just
speed.
placement, shot selection, getting me on the dinks where I didn't take a step back over and
You
over
should have gotten your
again.
knees. That was the time for the knee shot.
Proposal Dave. I should have
Proposal,
done it.
that was
Should have
the-
done
that
it.
was the knee
Proposal
shot.
Mike coming.
Yeah. So the essence of this whole thing on my end, it's no surprise. Trying to integrate more topspin into my game.
Yeah.
But then I'll just also say grateful. I think we all feel
Yeah.
that way. Like
Yeah.
super grateful of the time we had,
Agreed.
the amount of commitment that Jordan gave to each one of us and together.
Yeah.
His time,
Yep.
it was
Food.
and the food.
I got new
great tacos
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
Yeah,
job.
I mean-
your juice box.
So think of this. I got pickleball teaching,
Yeah.
4 new friends.
You think you did.
Yeah.
He's better friends with himself.
We'll see if we text you back after this intensive. But yeah.
He
Hey
still
guys,
can't
how's
do
it
math.
going? Oh, nope, haven't heard anything for a little bit. We still doing okay? Or
So yeah, I got pickleball teaching, friends, and churros. I couldn't ask for a better 2 days. I'm serious. Like
How do you top it from here? You just don't.
you don't. You know. So like, it. There's no doubt in my mind that I could have.
And a T-shirt.
And a T-shirt.
That's
Guys, I
right,
got a
the
T-shirt.
swag.
Yes.
Briones
But
Pickleball swag.
There's no doubt in my mind that I could have spent the money better and the time better. Like, or I guess not spent the.
Yeah.
I spent them the best.
Yeah, you're doing
My
a double
point is
negative.
Yeah.
But I think people know what you're saying.
I spent them the
It
best.
just wasn't worth it.
No,
Reach
it
into
was.
the podcast
His
to
main
say,
takeaway.
It was better than my birthday has
Yeah.
ever been. It was better than
I
like
feel bad
it
for
was.
your parents.
No. I love my parents. I have great birthdays, guys. But no, it was my favorite 2 days I've had in a long time. It was a blast, and I'm thankful to you guys, and I'm thankful to Jordan for making this happen. But there's no better way to spend 2 days than a 2-day intensive camp that'll leave you sore, your head spinning, and better at pickleball. There's nothing
And that is
better.
just the most beautiful way to wrap up this
Yeah.
podcast. We want to thank Jordan for letting us take
Jordan!
over his studio. That was incredible. And you will see Jordan Briones. Well, I guess you'll see him now, but you'll also see him on his next podcast in his chair.
yes.
And no more takeovers. Jordan,
Yeah.
thank you for this.
I just want to thank all of you, Aaron, Mike. I know everyone's name now.
He's been calling me Aaron for like 2 days.
Part of
And
pausing.
Elon. No, but seriously, actually, so if you're watching this right now, this was not planned at all. This is a last minute thing. And I said, hey, do you guys all want to hop on the pod and kind of share your experience? So I do really appreciate you guys. And the other cool thing I would like to say is every time I do this, I also make new friends. No, but seriously. So I have people text me and just like ask me questions, and going forward from here, because I've spent so much time with you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate you all. And I don't know, Mike, why don't you close it out, dude?
I'll just say, get out of my personal space now, Jordan.
The bubble's been.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. You'll catch Jordan next time on the Jordan Briones Pickleball Podcast.